Chapter 100. Whereas her Lord and Savior, center of her universe, was content in meeting the Olympian host upon the fields of battle openly to give others the ability to strike from the shadows. Jake's women were not nearly as content in fighting straightforwardly with everyone having gone to acquire greater power or assistance for the coming battles. The Einzbern host, especially not wanting to die or be taken by the rapacious Zeus, had come together to recreate the greatest miracle their world has accomplished in the week they had in preparation of the battle, in which they employed the greatest fey craftsmen, be they dwarf, elf or even outer entities that desired to win their lord's favor should he pull off the miracle of beating back the Olympian invaders. Ilya, Sela, Lacerit, I will be acting as the great grail in this, while you girls act as lesser grails to support the expenditure that of which we summon by draining the realm and the bleed between realms, Azazyel ordered as she continued working within the massive alchemical circle that filled a space several football fields large that was built under Jake's castle. Yes, mother/mistress. The three other homunculi spoke out as their forms glowed with golden light until they were morphed into a large golden grail cup as tall as a person was, which made Azazyel smile sadly at the sight, as she couldn't help but see their forms be a form of death for her beloved daughter and maids. But she was able to take heart in the knowledge that their master and lord would be able to reform their bodies with his divine might, just as he cleansed her soul of an evil god that was inhabiting within her very soul. The very realm of Mundo quaked and shook as Azazyel took upon her semi-divine form between the divine gold of her greater grail form and her tainted form that was the leftover divine evil power her lord distilled of the god of the world evils. Thus in her most powerful state, she began chanting as she opened the surrounding grail's metaphorical gates to the infinite mana that filled the realm and the surrounding bleed between realms. Let mithril and adamantine be the essence. Let diamonds and the emperor of contracts be the foundation. Let the kaleidoscope rainbow be the color I pay tribute to. Let rise a boundless wall against the storms that shall fall. Let the four cardinal gates close. Let the infinite three-forked road of the Fae from the crown reaching unto the kingdom rotate. Let it be declared now, all shall serve under me, and my lord's fate shall be with your sword. Submit to the beckoning of the divine Holy Grail. The answer, if you would submit to this will and this truth becoming alive once again. An oath shall be sworn here. I shall attain all virtues of all of heaven in service to my Lord. I shall have dominion over all evils of all of hell as I bear all the world's evil. From all seven heavens, attended to by infinite great words of power, come forth from the ring of bindings, protectors of the holy balance. Azazyel shouted as her form was engulfed in divine light, just as the other three were leaving her to become a massive holy grail, but this one was as large as a small stadium and only just fit within the confines of the cavern. She performed the ritual within. The servant creation ritual was one that tapped into concepts that lay beyond multiverse concepts, as at its core it used the Nasaverse second true magic of the operation of parallel worlds, and thus it was able to connect to the throne of heroes with no issue, as it still saw Azazyel as a grail all the same, as well as the designated master of the servants being incarnated with their full capabilities, as the master was still considered an earthling that was defending his world from what the systems considered divine foreigners intent on devouring the very earth. Golden light filled the realm of Mundo as the throne of heroes opened its gates at the sight of a world being invaded by what it considered outer gods that reflected the Greek pantheon that brought so much suffering to humanity. In the minds of all heroes, villains, monsters, and even divine spirits that were resting within the throne of heroes, a message was spoken into their minds. Humanity is at the stake of being devoured by the Greek gods as a few lone living heroes fight off the very gods and monsters that preyed upon humanity. At that message, many a spirit's eyes snapped open as many various emotions filled their eyes. Hatred of the Greeks. Joy at fighting such an opponent. Interest in the so-called heroes who hold such gods at bay. The righteous zeal that wished to protect humanity. And simple glee at the incarnation to come. All such thoughts came to the souls that stirred and not only volunteered to stand beside in this humanity's time of need, but at the words of the prayer that reached from the particular chant, as they realized they would be fully incarnated and receive a new life should they take this offer and be reborn in service to this new master that sought to save his earth. The golden light that filled Mundo condensed into several cylindrical forms that formed the cores of the incarnated spirits until even that golden light faded, and what was left was the dozens if not a couple hundred forms of humans, demigods, monsters, and the divine spirits that stared up at the sight of purple blasts of magic meeting divine lightning, while below that cataclysmic battle ninjas armed in enchanted gear attempted to slay monsters.